A few days ago, in reading the accounts of the birth of Jesus in the Gospels of St. Matthew and St. Luke, I noticed something that I never noticed before. All the main characters of Christmas are great walkers. They are, first of all, of course, Mary and Joseph, who travel 95 miles from Nazareth to Bethlehem, and 95 miles on foot is hardly a walk in the park, especially bearing in mind that Mary was pregnant and about to give birth. Only something supernatural could give this poor young couple the strength and the courage to endure such a long journey in those conditions. It was the hand of God who was anxiously awaiting the birth of his son. Another great walker is the poor little donkey that carried Mary for several stretches of road across the rocky terrain from Nazareth to Bethlehem. The humble animal is as thin as a hermit, as silent as a cloistered monk, and as patient as a Franciscan friar should be. In a certain way, the little donkey represents all the animals of the world, but not only that, it also represents all of nature, which groans and suffers and anxiously awaits for humanity to mend its ways. Pope Francis very pointedly wrote in one of his messages to the United Nations, "Let's be compassionate, creative, and courageous in order to restore nature that we have damaged." Then there is another group of walkers, the shepherds. In the Holy Night, the angels didn't wake up the most important and wealthiest citizens in Bethlehem. Instead, they went in search of the shepherds who slept among their sheep at the edge of the town. And when they found them, they gave them the great news. The Savior has been born tonight in Bethlehem, and the shepherds immediately set out with their flocks to go to the grotto where Jesus was born. In those days, the shepherds stood on the bottom rung of the Palestinian social ladder, and they were despised by everybody. They had no power, no influence, and yet they were the very first to learn of the greatest event in history. How provocative is the Christmas story. It tells us that the marginalized, those who were despised by society, were the very first witnesses of the Savior's birth. In the last group of walkers, we find the three wise men, the Magi. According to Matthew's Gospel, they came from the east and studied the stars. They had in fact followed a star to reach the place where the Holy Family was and to give their gift to Jesus. Did the Magi ride camels? Probably not. Although there must have been camels in their retinue, the Magi, like every important person in Jesus' time, did in fact use horses as an honorable means of transportation. In any case, they certainly made part of their long journey on foot. The three wise men teaches us that we can all meet Jesus, but we must have the humility and the courage to set out on a long and arduous path, a path that frees us from the selfish idea that the world revolves only around us. Dear friend of Sant'Antonio, we must all set out in the direction indicated to us by the Star of Bethlehem. That is, we must all walk toward a better future characterized by love and mutual respect, which are the only values that can guarantee us lasting peace and real progress. On behalf of all the friars of the Basilica of Sant'Antonio in Padua, Italy, a blessed Christmas and a New Year full of joy and hope to you and your loved ones.